For nearly 10 years, we didn't see the big gold belt in WWE. However, in 2023, Triple H decided to bring back what fans had been longing for, the belt that millions had requested. Of course, there were some design changes that surely sparked controversy. Personally, I would say I'm a fan of the older version because the new one looks like a strange mix of the Cruiserweight and Saudi Arabia titles with the big gold belt, albeit smaller. AJ Styles versus Seth freaking Rollins is the match we've all been waiting for, and it's getting us excited. Night of Champions will determine our new champion. It pains me to admit that Edge could have been in this match, and it would have been perfect for him to deliver the catchphrase, "I will win the title I never lost." But apparently, it's not the right time yet. However, we have a tornado of two incredibly strong characters ahead of us. Currently, in my opinion, Seth Rollins is in a better position. His diverse gimmicks have evolved brilliantly over the years. He's someone you want to watch. His promos, attire, and in-ring style are pure genius. With AJ Styles, I have a feeling that he's become somewhat silent, and perhaps this championship could help him regain his momentum. It's worth considering that Seth Rollins will also be portraying a separatist in the new Captain America. I wish him all the best. However, looking at interviews, Seth has always emphasized that professional wrestling is everything to him. But is it really? Of course, it's just my theory that Seth might have had the choice between becoming a champion or starring in MCU films, so it's unclear whether this is true. Maybe he was faced with a done deal, but let's not dwell on it. It's also interesting to wonder whether the new big gold belt will have the same relevance as it did in the old days, because I want to mention that Roman Reigns still holds the main WWE Championship and the Universal Championship. With the addition of the big gold belt, we would have 3 major championship belts. However, it's known that with inflation, everything loses value, so it would require a strong, unseen hand like Triple H, who would know what to do with these assets. For example, he could incorporate them all into Roman Reigns' storyline. Of course, I'm just joking about giving him everything and everyone. Acknowledge him. But in all seriousness, WWE is promoting Seth Rollins through their past storylines. Seth mentions that he appreciates and loves Roman Reigns, but also hates him. And there is clearly tension between these two former friends from The Shield. If they were to have a clash when both held gold, it would be an OMG moment. WWE misses Dean Ambrose as they created something that truly mattered. Fans know this, and the backstage writers are aware of it too. Adding Dean Ambrose, or rather Jon Moxley, to that mix, it seems like the arena wouldn't be able to handle it. And WWE would create a moment that would be talked about for years. Because it wouldn't just be a triple threat match as such, but now we have 3 championships. Winner takes all. It would be mind-blowing, wouldn't it? As for the path of the World Heavyweight Big Gold Belt, the tournament matches have been solid. It always adds extra excitement and allows for a mix of interesting competitors, both highly experienced and those with great potential to make a name for themselves in the business. But I won't deceive those who were expecting them to come out victorious in their matches. It was AJ Styles and Seth Rollins who emerged as the heroes of today's episode. We are in for a truly technical showdown, but also full of high-flying moments, because both AJ Styles and Seth Rollins are capable of showcasing their skills in the air. Whether it's a 360 by AJ Styles leading into his finisher, the phenomenal forearm, or suicide dives, phoenix splashes, and frog splashes by Seth Rollins. There's no need to worry about the level of the match. These two professional wrestlers are masters of their craft, and they deserve all the praise for it. After all, that's why they were pitted against each other at Night of Champions 2023. I would really love to see Seth freaking Rollins with that title. He deserves it, and as I mentioned earlier, if WWE wants to make this title something exceptional on the level of 2010, Seth Rollins is the person who will elevate it beyond skyscrapers, clouds, or even Mount Everest. Plus, we would have some intense confrontations, or at least segments, with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, assuming they don't fall apart or if Solo doesn't betray Roman. If AJ wins, in my opinion, he would once again be given the microphone and shine brightly, just like when he had conflicts with Dean Ambrose, John Cena, or other wrestlers like James Ellsworth. AJ would be in the spotlight again. I'm intrigued by the potential new matches for this title because there are so many stars who could be involved. For example, I would love to see Rey Mysterio with the belt, as it would likely be his last run. His recent run after defeating The Miz was pathetic, although he had a great match with Lesnar, but we knew Rey wouldn't win. In my opinion, Rey with that title would be something special. Edge is an absolute must-have when it comes to that title. But at this moment, I contradict myself because I'm more inclined to give chances to new stars, young adepts of pro wrestling, rather than the old sweaty gentlemen. This needs to change, and Triple H knows it. That's why someone like Dominic Mysterio with that title, just like Eddie Guerrero, would create a buzz on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. Dominic could really benefit from that title because as a new young individual, he already generates excitement and is over with the audience. He has had tag team championships with his father, but in terms of storyline, he hasn't achieved significant accomplishments. Unless we're talking about his relationship with Rhea Ripley, Dominic Un Poco Loco, Viva la Raza. And since I mentioned Dominic Mysterio, let's shift our focus to Damien Priest, who would be a great option when the Judgment Day stable eventually breaks up. From what I've heard, Paul Heyman is interested in working with Damien Priest, so why not explore that possibility? One of the standout aspects of Damien Priest's persona is his ability to convey emotion through his facial expressions. Whether it's intensity, determination, or even a touch of arrogance, his face tells a story that enhances the overall narrative of his matches. This skill allows him to connect with the audience on a deeper level and creates a captivating presence whenever he steps into the ring. Furthermore, Damien Priest possesses a commanding voice that adds another layer of intrigue to his character. He has shown proficiency in delivering impactful promos, conveying his intentions and motivations with conviction. His ability to capture the attention of the audience through his words, coupled with his in-ring abilities, makes him a well-rounded performer who can truly make a mark as a world heavyweight champion. Of course, we will delve further into this topic once we know who our new world heavyweight champion will be, either AJ Styles or Seth Rollins. To summarize, Rollins is in a fantastic phase of his career. He is set to star in the MCU, he has a compelling rivalry with Roman Reigns, and he's hungry for championship gold. On the other hand, AJ Styles has been somewhat overlooked recently. He may be quieter than usual, but when he strikes, he will make sure he is heard throughout the neighborhood. A victory would mark his return to prominence. Ultimately, I will choose AJ Styles because Rollins is currently enjoying playing the role of the Y2J, or the one who doesn't let losses affect him, and even uses them to fuel his drive and aggression to achieve more. From the perspective of those magical tiles known as power rankings, AJ Styles needs this win. WWE must continue to build legends and have many of them. And in my opinion, AJ will ultimately emerge victorious from this brutal, emotionally charged, sweat and tear-filled match. AJ Styles has the potential to be the face of the World Heavyweight Championship and carry the prestige of the title to new heights. His in-ring prowess, combined with his captivating persona, will make him a worthy champion. Furthermore, AJ's experience and tenure in the industry give him the necessary credibility and respect among fans and fellow wrestlers. In the end, the choice of AJ Styles as the new World Heavyweight Champion will not only solidify his own legacy, but also provide fresh storylines and dynamic matchups for the future. WWE must continue to create compelling personalities who are regarded as legends, and AJ Styles fits that mold perfectly. It will be a monumental clash, filled with intense emotions and a desire for victory, but when the dust settles, AJ Styles will emerge as the ultimate victor. If you're still craving more pro wrestling, I recently recorded a film about the RKO, and it's really awesome. Check it out, bro, and let's get ready for the next on Repeater Wrestling.